What up, y'all? Got my head here. Got all the ports cleaned. Got all the valves polished as good as I can. Oh mine. Got one we're getting ready to put in down here. Okay. Got my thing ready here. Spring loaded. Get some keepers here. Why isn't the keeper going down far enough? There we go. Susanna, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Ah, my phone's tipping. This tripod sucks. I messed my other tripod up. Need some pliers to tighten the nut on the side of here. Mio! How you doing, Mio? Working on the head for my truck motor. How's my Mio? Oh, Mio, oh, my, oh. Ta-da! One valve back in. Putting the valves back in here. Got all this all cleaned up pretty. Howdy, princess. We got a job ahead of us. Getting all these springs put back in here. Gotta get this spring on. First, we're gonna grab the valve, which I have all my valves organized here in this piece of styrofoam. Next is the big old intake valve, big old bugger. Shove it up through the bottom. If I can hit the hole. Yeah, I'm always working on my truck until I get her done. That up in there. I got this rubber deal that goes over the top. Yeah, I took a break for like an hour and went and hung out with my friend. Hour and a half, something like that. Now we're back to it. Brexy Joy, poke in. How you doing? I've got a video releasing tomorrow showing the modification I did on this so I could remove the valves easier. Had to weld a bead on the bottom piece of this. Yeah, I gotta get my truck running, so I got it ready to go. I really need it. And we're gonna put this spring over here. And we got these two little retainers. Got one on each side. They're kind of cone shaped. And they slide in on this valve shaft here. Get one on each side. And it's got a little groove that goes in the groove on the valve. Dang things want to fight me because the one dropped down lower. There you go. I have to kind of hold it in place and get this over and get the other one in. This can be a pain in the butt. Once you get them both clicked in place, pull up on this sucker, get them set in, release the spring. Thunderbird, these are for my 76 Ford pickup. I think I blew a head gasket, and I'm going to swap out these heads, and I'm going to swap out the 2-barrel intake for a 4-barrel intake. So these are going on a 360. What I did, these little notches here, there's just too much room in between them to push down on the little thing and get my keepers out. So I welded a little bead on the end of each one, and I ground them down just right to where they just miss the keepers. Heck yeah, they're a good motor. I got all my stuff lined up. I found a piece of styrofoam, and I wrote passenger and driver's side, and then I wrote front on this end, so I could keep all my valves in order. I took them on my fine wire wheel on my bench grinder. Good, appreciate it, Princess. Glad you come to watch. But yeah, I put it on my little fine wire wheel and polished all the valves up so they're nice and smooth and pretty and clean. And then I took my big fine round wire deal, I went in the valve holes, cleaned all that up, cleaned all the valve surfaces up. Hey Barry, how you doing? And then after I got all that done, I cleaned all the valve surfaces, I cleaned all the front of the head here. It's all pretty well clean and polished and nice and smooth, pretty. FE heads are wild because they don't have this extra part here. It's part of the intake. See, it's not a full head. Weird design. Get another seal here. Grab another valve. Once I get off the end here a little, on the last one I gotta hold the end up with my knee so it don't fall over. One of these was hell to get out. Whoa, yep, third one, my thing's starting to fall. Little tiny dinner table deal isn't built for holding big heads. I've been working on these in the house because it was like 92 degrees today and I didn't want to be out there in the heat, so brought it in. Talking to my buddy, I might have a deal on a new place to live. They want to get rid of their 38-foot fifth wheel. It's a toy hauler. I'll try, Princess. I've been working my butt off to get this done. Spent about all the money I had this week for parts to get this done. My boss was awesome, gave me an extra $100 to help with my parts. Pretty much paid for my water pump. Got 3 done already. We're getting good at this. Okay, so this one I gotta hang off real good. Then I'll turn it around the other way. Start from the other end. I got an overhead valve compressor. That's what this is. So you can actually pull valves pull the valve springs and replace these seals and stuff while it's on the engine. I was telling people they make an air deal you can put in the spark plug hole and pressurize your valves up. But when you push down on them and you're doing all this, they can slip. Especially when you're trying to pull the keepers. So if you actually get a bunch of nylon string and feed down the spark plug hole, get a good bit in the cylinder, and then turn it over to where it pushes up against the valves. Then you don't have to worry about them falling. My neck's killing me today. My shoulders. So that way you don't have to remove the head to replace these. You just take it off, put them on there, do your work, put it back together without removing it. Most people use the big valve spring compressor that hits the top and bottom, looks like a giant C-clamp. Kind of like this, but has a handle on it that compresses the spring. Then your yeah, these are what lets your fuel and exhaust into your engine. These valves here. Yeah, like say you get a compressor like this, you can put the nylon string in there and do this while they're on the car. It's such a pain to pull the heads if you don't need to, you know. Replace the head gaskets, rip everything apart when you can just pull the valve cover, feed some string in your cylinder, pull the dang things. Probably one of the cheaper compressors too. I bought this, I think when I was in Florida. I ripped a 302 out. I lifted a 302 engine out of my Bronco and I put it in my carport, and I got this to redo the heads. That was around 2008. I had this little tool for a good while. My brother borrowed it. I just had to go steal it back from him the other day. Oh crap. Well, we can do this. I'll just hold it on my leg for a minute. I was going to turn it around and start from the other side. Sweetie, how are you? Appreciate you. Get that thing all the way pressed down. Grab a valve guide seal. Next big intake valve. Like I say, these are the intake valves, and these are the exhaust valves. A lot of size difference there. These ones let the fuel into your cylinder, and the other ones let the burnt gases out. Eric the Great, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. When I press that valve guide seal down there, it holds the valve in place. Nice and tight on there. I always try to put the springs back on the same one they came off of, and you always want to put the valve back in the hole. The valves in there, and that makes them fit properly. If you put them in the wrong hole, they might not fit right. And you want the best seal you can get, because if these don't seal, you lose compression. I have to get that one keeper when I turn this around. I drop one on the floor. A whole bunch of rust on the floor. These heads come off a truck that my brother left the engine uncovered for like 10 or 12 years. And it had freaking water and rust in all the cylinders. It had some in the heads. But I ran a wire brush through all the passages, and I cleaned and polished every bit of this. So it's good to go. Turn this around. I'm gonna find that retainer for my valve there. These are so tiny. They're cone shaped, so they slide in there, and once the piece comes up, they stick inside there. Show you, we got a spring, and there's a second spring inside that first spring. Another little spring inside there, it's hard to see. And then you got this washer that sits on top. Then you got this cone that sits on top of that. And then you got this smaller cone that the retainers sit in. Appreciate it, Princess. Love you. Okay. And then I'm going to start at the other end here. Oh, okay. I took one from the wrong spot. Okay. Keep these all in order. These really aren't a huge deal. They should all be the same pretty much. So. I'll have this done here in a few minutes. Then we'll be about ready to put back on the truck. Love me more. Aw, that's hard to even imagine. Okay, got 3 more valves to do here. So grab this next one, which is an exhaust valve. Goes on the end here. Shove her all the way in there. And grab everything. We got 2 more valve guide seals left. After this one, we're almost done. Set the spring compressor on there. Put our retainers back in there. Sit on the groove, and I put a little pressure on it. Work this other one in. Boom. Pull her up. No, thanks, Princess. Yeah, this is a lot of work. You gotta know a lot of things working on cars. So I had to polish all these surfaces that these valves seal in, as if they don't sit perfectly in here, then your compression leaks out and you lose power and you can cause all kinds of problems. I think when they did this, they may have lost one or something, but this one's a bit pitted. It doesn't have any damage where it's going to hurt anything on this outside rim. And this is the only valve on the whole thing. This says FOMOCO, Ford Motor Company. So, I think it's somebody did something when they rebuilt this and put an old valve back in it. Hey, Mr. Dean Stevenson's into his house. Need Dean to come help me redo these heads here. Dean's the Ford Dictionary. See my valve spring compressor. I had to weld a bead on the end of these so they hit perfect on the deal that holds the keepers. And then once I got it tight, I hit it on top with a hammer while I clamped I used this to hold the valves in place. I put this on there and then hit the top with a hammer and popped the valves loose. And I didn't even pull a wrench and have to buy 6 compressors to get one to work. And this one was just done the whole job in no time. See, I had to grind it a hair, but it just pushes on the outside of that ring and leaves you room for the retainers. I had one that was hell to get out. Yeah, I did a video that's going to premiere tomorrow, just showing how to do this and how I modified that. Now you guys don't have to watch it because I told you. In a moment. SCVB. Okay. Our retainers here. It was painful watching Rich do this. Like I say, I think he warped or something, like 3 of the big valve spring compressors. Oh, my thing slipped down too far. Got tweezers here, I think I can get it. Son of a monkey. Pull the other retainer out. This one's being a bugger. Now the retainer's stuck down in the spring, don't want to pop out. We have to get the tweezers out. You take it easy, princess. Don't tell me my business, woman. I used to teach people's kids to tell their moms that. It was horrible. My one little friend, her son would do that all the time. Don't you tell me my business, woman. One more to go after this. I'm going to put all these springs in less than 30 minutes. Not bad for using this compressor. If I had a good big one dialed in, I could freaking knock them all out in probably 6 or 8 minutes or so. I don't know. It's one of those jobs you don't do often, and you don't want to. The claw will get you. Got 7 minutes to get this done to beat 30 minutes. I think we'll get it because we did 7 of them in 23 minutes, so I think we can do it. Okay, I got 1 seal left, 1 valve left. Move it down, support it on my knee here. Find the hole with no fur around it. It's always hard. If you put hair around the hole, it's easier to locate. God knew what he was doing. You're still here? Well, I still love you. Sebastian Valdez, something here. I like that one that 2Hacks got. That bolts on the deal and you just like push the handle down and it freaking pops them right out. That was quite nifty. Quite the spring compressor. Appreciate you, Sebastian. Yeah, the links don't really work in these vertical lives. I think somebody was saying if you replay it, then they work. Fee-fi-fo moco. Spent a lot of time polishing out all the ports on these, cleaning them all up. freaking pulling all these valves out, cleaning them all up, cleaning all my gasket surfaces. Let's see, she's all put together now. Pretty. Now I gotta pressure wash out the intake. Blow these all off, clean them all off good with the compressor. Make sure there's no residues or nothing left. Tomorrow maybe we'll start tearing the truck down. That's going to be a job. We're going to go from a 2-barrel to 4-barrel. We're going to put a Carter Competition Series AFB on there. Yeah, when you see it on this side, you know that's an FE because it doesn't have the other piece of the head here. They're a special motor. Oh, well, let me hang out for a few minutes. Got all my head bolts here. I had to take these on the wheel, knock all the crap out of the threads, get them all cleaned up. These old valve guide seals all go in the garbage. We don't have any extra parts, that's always good. Somebody hooked a spring on here where the power steering pump bolts up. I look like I'm turning black. Should have put my pretty orange gloves on doing this. Could have stayed nice and clean. Dearborn's mushroom partaking engineers planned it. I partake of the mushrooms. I have some right here. Magic mushroom gummies, sour apple flavor. Mmm. We'll have a vitamin water. It's like 10 o'clock here probably. Cyclopillin. Must go to Mushroom Mountain. I go somewhere when I eat a whole bag of them. I need to knock the tops off these spark plugs so they don't get in the way when I paint these. May have to pressure wash these off, do something new. They got a little bit of stuff back here that didn't get cleaned off. Oh well. We'll get a little sandpaper or something, knock it off. Gang, how you doing? 11:02 here, yeah, so it's 10:02 here. Thought it was about 10. Valiant would have looked if they didn't take mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms and cocaine help you design things. Any good painter worth his weight does cocaine. Here's my special valve organizer, Dean. Passenger, driver, front. I just poked them in there, figured it'd be easier than drilling holes in 2x4s. Which heads are these, Dean? D2 TEAA, I think is what it says. Yeah, the Picasso valve guide organizer. The Landon Special. Look, they're even kind of out of the line on the same spot. About matched them up on both sides. Like you want to organize your valves, all you need is a piece of styrofoam. Take that, throw it away. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Get these blowed off. I got a little bit of crusties and stuff up here. When I ripped the intake off the motor, there was a huge mouse nest on top of the valley pan. My brother left this open for over a decade. He bought the truck for the motor and then he left it uncovered sitting out. The normal 352 casting. Yeah. This one says D2, looks like. It should be off a 350 or a 360 or 390. I'm not sure what his motor was for sure. Yeah, it's the D2. D2 TEAA. I was gonna check the 352 ones I got and see if they're, yeah. I gotta see what the ones say on my truck, because my truck has a 360 in it. I'm gonna start making lots of healthy smoothies. I'll show you. I did a short. I got this awesome Ninja cordless blender. So I can make my smoothies. And it has a nice pretty rubber handle and a little drinky top thing. Pretty awesome. Went and bought a whole bunch of frozen berries and stuff today. And my dad got like 70 pounds of bananas from the groceries that he got, the old produce from the store. So I froze a bunch of bananas. I got some yogurt and almond milk and all that stuff and make some nice, I'll check Independence Day stasis tube. But yeah, I gotta start eating healthier and losing weight, because I almost died a while back. I was up to like 280 pounds and my blood pressure was like 200 over 120. So, growing my facial hair is growing like crazy. Gonna have a beard back soon. I'm freaking sweating like crazy from working on this. Thanks, Kidney Warrior. Appreciate you. The Kidney Warrior's on dialysis for kidney failure. It's really yummy. You know what's really yummy? Some Huckleberry freaking deals that I sent you. Cordials. Huckleberry cordials. Oh my gosh. I need to get you the whole sampler. Can you make me one? Sure. I need to get you the Far sampler box. It has the peanut butter ones and all the different flavors. They have a whole mess of flavors. Then those little Idaho Spud candy bars with coconut and stuff, those are awesome. Ford FE cylinder heads from a 390 or 428, nice. Yeah, and then I got the 4-barrel intake off this truck. It has a T on it for the torque model or whatever is what I heard. Probably just means truck, I don't know. They're supposed to be built for more torque. Yeah, I'll make you a smoothie, Princess. I just went and had a Jamba Juice with my friend Jody. Performance-oriented heads like those found on 427, 428, while functional, may require porting to support higher horsepower. Yeah. Be nice to get these ported and polished. I just took a deal on the drill and I run a wire brush through all the ports. And I put my big wire brush through all the ends and I cleaned them all up real good, got all the rust and debris out of them. Polished them up real nice. So tomorrow I gotta take the pressure washer and clean the intake really good. Yeah, Dean, she's a fighter. She's got a beautiful family. She's got some little kiddos and her husband. So she's got to take care of herself so she can stick around for them. Gotta be there for the kiddos as much as you can. Oh, I know, Princess. I appreciate you too. Princess is one of my bestest friends, so. Dean's been here with me since the beginning, so. I've known Dean a long time. He's in New Zealand. Likes to go on walks and show us all the beautiful scenery there and all the sheep and everything else. Well, I think we're going to end this. We got her done, and it's time to get all cleaned up and showered and get to bed. Because farm work starts early. Oh, you would be very proud of me. Quit drinking my Red Bulls again. Oh, that's good. Yeah, them Red Bulls can be really hard on your heart and stuff, but I drink my energy drinks when I feel like it. Good job, Princess. It's hard to stay dropping the caffeine and stuff. 7,770.5 subscribers now. Kidney warrior. Yeah, because the kiwi gotcha. Yeah, she does a lot of live streams. Sometimes she does them while she's doing dialysis and all that stuff. So. I got a brother-in-law, I think he killed his kidneys. He has diabetes, and he was taking colloidal silver, and it was balancing his A1C out. But I think the colloidal silver built up in his kidneys and killed his kidneys, and now he's down to almost no kidney function. Aww. She's my best friend, best of all best friends. Do you have a best friend too? You tickle in my tummy, she's so yummy, yummy. It's a weird song. Well, it's after 10. I'm going to get everything put up and get ready to go to bed. So, yeah, Princess, he's like my age and he's dying. My sister's 5 years younger than me, and I think her husband's the same age as me. But yeah, he's on dialysis. He's going downhill fast, so hate to see that, but well, you guys have a wonderful night. I love each and every one of you. So take care, be careful, have a fabulous week. Monday's over now, so it'll only get better from here. Have a good one, y'all. See ya.